Well, good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and this update is for Wednesday, Fed Day. Yep, we get the Fed decision today. It is the 18th of December, 2024, about 8:20 a.m. Central Time. So we're set some history yesterday. What was it? 9 days in a row down in the Dow Jones, the largest break that we've had since I think 1978 is what the stats called for. We're getting a little bit of a bounce today, but that's all you can see. You're fairly stable in the S&P. It tried to rally early this morning, just sort of stuck right in here. In the metal markets, gold is still not bouncing, nor is silver. Copper, finding its legs against the 412 area, but platinum's still coming down. Then we look at the foreign currency markets, and I would expect you're going to bounce today around just one of these. And the reason is today you have the Fed. Tomorrow you got the Bank of, let me see, I think it's tomorrow the Bank of Japan. And then the Bank of England. I might have those two inverted, but we get those three coming out this week. That's what's important. Keep your eye on the grains. You're in a free fall dive in the soybean market. If you're watching what's going on in Brazil, their economy is unwinding in a massively bad way. Stock market dumping, bond market cratering, currency in a free fall. They don't have control of the economy. Lula's not doing the job. And as that drives down their real, what happens is that fall makes their beans more competitive. That's hurting us. Now, the other thing you got to do and watch is I wrote this morning about the corn-soybean ratio, and you want to pay close attention to that because it'll get to the point where the farmer has little choice but to plant corn if you're playing the economics of the deal versus soybeans. And low prices are the cure for low prices. You know that. You get down cheap enough, you don't produce more of them. And that's what could be at work in the bean market in the end, but I don't know where that number is. In the bonds and notes, you're falling today. Very stable in the grains. You had a heck of a rally that took place over the past 48 hours in the natural gas market as the market came alive with the cold weather that's being forecast, and we have more storms coming at us. Now, let's take a look at this. You had the mortgage market numbers come out, and the index itself was down 0.7. So another decline. What hurt the market was the negative in the refi. You were up a fraction in the purchase index. Then you get to the housing numbers, and they startled the market. The market expected a gain of 2.2%. They got a decline of 1.8%. Permits, though, shot up. So what happened here from reading the data was that the multifamilies fell apart in the housing, and now the permit is where the multifamilies coming back. So apparently the builders and developers are saying, wait a minute, rents are still pretty good. Maybe we should do more of those. And there seems to be a flip happening here. What isn't flipping, what is a disaster, is the current account deficit. 310 billion, almost 311 billion compared to the 286 billion in the revised second quarter. You can see 2.66 billion. I mean, these numbers are insane. When is our government going to stop the spending? And I guess that's what Trump, his main duty is going to be with Musk and the other fellow, Ramaswamy, coming in, and they're going to have to really attack this because this has got to be a lot of waste. That's how I'm viewing it. Now, today you're also hoping that we get out of Congress that they've passed the final bills and the budget is done so that they can go home and we know where we're at least until March when we get the new administration in and they can deal with the budget. And I hope they're rough with it. I hope that they have what's called a razor and they start cutting things. It's very important. We cannot keep spending. The Federal Reserve at 1 o'clock, they're coming out with their rate decision. The market widely expects a 25 basis point reduction, but they expect also pullbacks and how many rate cuts you will get in 2025 and where this all ends. In other words, they think higher numbers, maybe 3.5% or so. So we will see. It's followed at 1:30 by the press conference. And at 9:30 in the morning, we'll get this morning the all-important stockpiles in the energies. But as you can see, pretty volatile right now. We're at that time frame where for the Santa Claus rally, just one of the two dates was hit yesterday on the close. So today would be the day. If it's cheaper than yesterday, traders probably coming into the market at some point. But the real Santa Claus date, there's the one before and the one after, is the day after Christmas. We'll see which one, if either, works. But they're live now, so that'll be very important. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great morning. I'll catch up with you all tonight at the updates that we do then. And by the way, if you want to keep up with this afternoon, what happens with the Fed and where we're at on all this, one of the ways you can do this is right here with our Linn research, because what this does is it allows you to start watching the markets the way that we do it. You're going to get by email what we see of the market, where it's at. You can view it in our charting software, and we cover everything. It could be the energies, the financials, the grains, the meat markets, the soft markets. We cover everything, but today it'll be about, in heavy way, what the Fed did, what the Fed dot plot shows, and what the Fed chair says. So look for that throughout the whole afternoon. That's what we'll be covering. Go to iraepstein.com, free offers, Linn Research, and choose the other things that you might want to take a look at this point in time. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good morning.